Hello humans, I'm the Alien Doctor, but you could call me Alien, and welcome back to another video here on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Another video talking about the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta and the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition update that is of course 1.17.32. This video will be split up into two separate parts, starting with the update because that's the smallest one, and then we'll move on to the actual 1.18 Caves and Cliffs beta. Of course, timestamps will be in the description if you want to skip one of the changelogs. Other than that, thank you ever so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe today to join the Alien Empire. Let's get on with the video. So this first one isn't necessarily like a specific change. However, a lot of you know that I use an FOV changer, which is this FOV changer right here. Oh, I already have it open. Well, now I've got two open. Now, unfortunately, as you can see here, Minecraft version is unsupported. So the FOV changer, clearly something has changed in the background of the game to make the FOV changer no longer work on this version. You can see that I've completely re-downloaded this FOV changer because it hasn't even showed me all the options because you have to re-download it every update normally. However, as you can see here, it just don't work. It can tell that it's connected to the game, but it just doesn't like the version, which is a shame. So something in the back end has probably changed for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which has obviously caused this to no longer work. So that's why there's no more fancy zooms, which is kind of a shame. But anyway, let's get on to some actual content from the changelog now, obviously from 1.17.32, starting with the many fixes. In fact, this update is entirely fixes. This isn't really an update. This is more of a hotfix, but it's also an update because, yeah. And overall is very, very good. Obviously, I'll have a video coming out about 1.17.30 probably tomorrow when you're watching this, if I can have enough time to record it, that is, of course. But I'll have a video coming out about the mess that is 1.17.30 and stuff like that. It won't be so much about going over the changelog. It'll be a lot more about how you can make it better and that sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, you'll see more when the video comes out. But yeah, this update is kind of like a minor one to just fix quite a lot of those issues, or a hotfix, or whatever you want to call it. So, of course, this is always basically on the changelogs, and it says fix several crashes that could occur during gameplay. It doesn't say which crashes, it doesn't say how they occurred, or how they were fixed. It just says that they were fixed, so not really that much to talk about there. Fix a crash that could occur when navigating the marketplace sidebar. So if we open up the marketplace, and and obviously the sidebar is this thing over here, where you look at the categories and the features and the genres and Realms Plus and my content. Now, this is still quite a new feature, which does explain why it has bugs, but I really do like this new UI that they've kind of gone for. And you can see it's even got like a little bit of dark mode just in various places, which is kind of strange. It'd be cool if one day they could add in a dark mode option. So they also fixed an issue with content not loading even when connected to the internet. Or that's what the changelog says. When they say content, I assume they mean things like skins and like maps and worlds and resource packs and all the sort of thing that you basically download from the Minecraft marketplace. They also fixed an issue with these things that are light blocks, and these actually work now. Oh, they do. Nice. Last time I tried to use them in this world, they didn't work because they're really useful for things like blue screens and green screens. Like, I use them all the time in like various thumbnails. If you don't know what a light block is, it's basically a block which is invisible that basically lights up an area, and I thought you might be able to use it to get rid of these shadows like sort of between the block, but it doesn't look like you can, which is a shame. I guess you'll have to do that with a resource pack. But yeah, basically they fixed an issue with these light blocks where it would force you to spawn at the surface of the overworld. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm assuming it means that before players weren't spawning in the right place, but I thought you had to spawn at the surface in the overworld. But this makes it sound like you can spawn in a cave. So I don't know what that really means, to be completely honest. But anyway, so they fixed an issue to do with Trident Killers now, or not specifically Trident Killers, but it affects Trident Killers, and this is one that the community were very, very annoyed about in the previous update because this has been removed. As you can see here, if we press summon mobs, and we're just going to turn off XP for lag reasons, all of the mobs in there, when they die, are going to get the looting effect applied. Reason being is that I'm holding a looting 3 sword, and the trident that is in there was thrown down by me. So all of these mobs are going to have the looting 3 effect applied when killed, which is a really, really nice thing to have. Now, in the previous update, 1.17.30, this was in fact broken. However, it is now fixed again, which is really good because this now means that Bedrock Edition mob farms can actually have somewhat decent rates. Without this feature, it just causes the rates of your mob farms to be really, really low. Looting 3 really does have a difference. So they fixed an issue where you couldn't upload worlds to a realm if you were playing on Nintendo Switch. So let's say this world I'm in right now, if I was playing on Nintendo Switch and I tried to upload it to a realm, then there was a bug that would sometimes not let you do that. Or, well, it's realms, so probably most of the time. But anyway. And then last but not least, they also fixed a bug where some chunks being deleted when re-entering a flat world and old world with the cave's experimental toggle enabled, as well as other world generation issues. So basically, if we head up here and then go to this section, you've obviously got all of these experimental gameplay toggles. If you had the caves and cliffs on and you were playing in a flat world or the old type world, then it would cause some funky generation issues. This has now been fixed. And now we're going to talk about the latest Bedrock Edition beta that is, of course, 1.17.40.23. No world generation has changed, which means we've still got the kind of broken world generation from last video. That hasn't changed or anything. That's all here. Because right now it seems like every time they update the world gen, the world gets more broken. I mean, you'll have to check previous beta videos, but this world has looked a lot more broken than it does right now. Last beta changed something which kind of made it fix most of the issues. Not all of them, as you can see, but certainly most of them. Anyway, so for the experimental features, they shifted sub-chunks on caves and cliff flat worlds. So basically what this means is flat worlds with the caves and cliff experimental toggle enabled will now properly upgrade to use the new dimension heights. So obviously the whatever Y it is, I can't even remember what Y it is, up and down. And that should work on flat worlds as well, which is quite nice. And they were obviously for the experimental features for the caves and cliffs toggle under experiments right here. So if you had this toggle enabled on a flat world, then that obviously applies to you. For non-experimental features and bug fixes, they fixed an issue where light blocks would force players to spawning of the overworld, exactly like what I showed off earlier in the latest release. Tropical fish no longer use their colors upon grabbing them with a bucket of fish and then releasing them again. So what would previously happen is if you would put a tropical fish into the world, then pick it up like I did right there, and then place it back down again, it would lose its color. It would effectively become a different tropical fish, which is obviously something that you don't really want. There we go. So yeah, that has now been fixed. So it basically stores the color that you have. In fact, you can even see here, bucket of magenta blue Betty and bucket of tropical fish. This one's obviously from the creative inventory. This one is actually from the overworld though, that I just picked up. So you can kind of see there that bug has certainly been fixed. And I don't know if it always told you the name on the bucket or not. But yeah, that's now a thing. So a fix to do with lily pads has been implemented where you can now place lily pads on water deeper than 1 block. So obviously right here, or right there, this water is deeper. Can I... Oh, that's clearly a bug. Interesting. Well, right here, we've got, obviously, water that is just 1 block deep. In previous versions, this is only where you'd be able to place lily pads. You wouldn't be able to place them anywhere else. So, obviously, this water is, however many blocks deep, certainly bigger than 1, and we can place it there. That's what this bug has fixed, clearly successfully. Or that's what this feature, or that's what this bug fix has fixed. Success. Basically, that's just what's changed. You get what I mean, hopefully. So trapdoors will now show up in the recipe book again. As we can see here, we've obviously got all the various different types of trapdoors. Now, what I'm intrigued about is... Are the other things working that were broken? Can I type, please? Thank you. Yeah, I think they are, because I know there were actually a lot of other recipes that were missing, like blocks of iron. I'm pretty sure they were missing in the latest update, so it's good to see that they've been fixed. I don't know why it couldn't be implemented in 17.32, but whatever, it hasn't been for whatever reason. So mobs will now no longer continuously jump on top of non-full blocks, such as slabs and snow layers like we have here. So these are all snow layers. And yeah, mobs will now no longer continuously jump up and down on them. In previous versions, they did this. It looks quite entertaining now that has been fixed. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe for more Minecraft Bedrock Edition content, including all of the latest update and beta changelogs and all of that sort of thing. Thank you ever so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe today to join the Alien Empire. I'll see you in the next video coming soon. Bye.